What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Lili and this is where I document my real estate investing journey and bring you guys along with me. If you have watched my videos before, you know that I started out by house hacking but have now started to wholesale to continue my investing journey. Today, I've got a value-packed video for you guys, and I'm going to share all of the tools that I use in my wholesaling business that have helped me do over $20,000 in deals in my first 3 months. The best thing about these tools is that they are almost all completely free, and the only one that you need to pay for, I'm actually giving away 2 free annual memberships. And so I'll tell you all about that and more. All you got to do is hit the like button and let's get started. All right, first up, what we might consider the biggest and baddest system of them all is Propstream. Now, typically Propstream costs $97 a month, and at first that might seem like a lot, but let me tell you, it is completely worth the value. If it just helps you do one $5,000 deal a month or one $10,000 deal a month, it is definitely a good investment. But even if you're not ready to make that $97 investment, I have the opportunity to give away 2 completely free annual memberships to Propstream. The folks over there are in the giving spirit this time of year, and so usually the annual membership would cost you over $1,000, but I get to give away 2 of them for free, and I'm going to tell you exactly how you can enter and get the chance to win. All you need to do is use the link in my description to sign up for my 2021 wholesaling kickoff event. A lot of you guys have been saying you want to hop on a Zoom call with me, so there's going to be a completely free live Zoom call, and more details are to come soon. But the goal of this kickoff event is to help you kick off your wholesaling business in 2021. The end of the year is coming. We're all setting our New Year's resolutions, and so I want to help give you guys some of the knowledge and tools that I've used so you can use them in the new year on your own business. Although 2020 has been quite a year, I do have to give a ton of thanks because my financial future has changed with the real estate investing that I did in 2020. And so I want to help you guys do that same thing in 2021 and kind of give back to you guys. So yeah, the 2021 wholesaling kickoff event is going to be held on Monday, December 28th at 7 p.m. Central. I know it's kind of that weird time between Christmas and New Year's where we don't really know what to do with ourselves. So I figured we might as well go ahead and get started and get prepared for the new year. So yeah, sign up for free using the link in my description. I'm excited to meet you guys there. And by signing up, you're automatically entered to also get one of those 2 free Propstream annual memberships. If you want to get an extra entry for that giveaway, all you've got to do is take a picture of this video that you're watching right now, share it on your Instagram story, and tag me, and I'll give you an extra entry for the Propstream giveaway. Now what I want to do is talk a little bit more deeply about what the uses for Propstream are and how it could help you in your business. All right, guys, so once you come to Propstream, you're going to see that they have this 7-day free trial right here, and I have a link for you guys to try out this 7-day free trial if you just want to jump right in and do it before seeing if you win the giveaway for the 1-year subscription. And even if you decide to go ahead and get Propstream today and start your free trial and even keep it after your free trial, you can still win the 1-year free giveaway, whether you already have Propstream or it'll be your first time using it. So don't worry about that. But this is the homepage. Then once you log in, there are a lot of different ways that you can use Propstream, and I want to show you some of my favorite ones. And if you want a more in-depth tutorial, you can see like this 45-minute tutorial right here. That's also on my channel. I'll put the link in the description below. But for now, let's talk about some of the basics of just what Propstream can do and some of the ways that I use it most often. So one, if you just use this search bar and let's just pick like Phoenix, Arizona as a random city, it's really cool because it will show you all of the different categories of properties that are in that area. So for example, at the top, we've got all the properties that are on the MLS, that are pre-foreclosures, auction, bank owned, all the properties that were purchased by a cash buyer, all the properties have liens, vacant homes, high equity, and even more. So whatever you're looking for, let's say you're trying to find a cash buyer for your property. Now, 64,000 is a lot of people, but let's just imagine we come up here to filter, and Propstream lets you kind of stack these lists. And so let's say we wanted to look for cash buyers who purchased their property in the last year. Well, I can come down to ownership info and I can say year of ownership, 1 year max. And then I close that, and it took me down from 65,000 to just under 6,000. And so these are properties that were purchased for cash in the last year. And these might be cash buyers if I'm wholesaling that I want to try to get on my list. I can continue to make that number smaller. Let's say I wanted to look at people who purchased a property for cash in the last year, but specifically it was a single family house. It wasn't a condo, a townhouse, or anything bigger than that. It was just single family. Well, now I'm down to just 2,000 properties. So you can imagine you can keep getting more and more specific to find different cash buyers in your area. Another thing I like to do, if we come over here to the search area, we can just hit this X to kind of cross out some of the filters we already have. So now it's blank. But what I could do is come up here and go down to this flippers filter. And this is Propstream just right off the bat showing me all of the properties that were purchased for cash and then are up for sale on the MLS within, I believe, a 1 or 2 year period. And so this is showing me people who have been flipping houses. Let's say that you're looking for off-market deals and you wanted to cold call different property owners. Well, you can do the same type of thing where you might be looking at vacant properties. We see that there's 7,300 of them, but we don't want to call 7,300 people. So we can come up here and we can say, we can go to valuation and equity info and only call properties that have an estimated equity percentage of 50% minimum, right? So people who have at least 50% equity in their property, we can give them a call. We're down to 5,000. We could also look at properties where the owner lives out of state, right? So we're looking at vacant properties that have 50% equity or more, and also the owner lives out of state. And we close that down. Now we're down to 1,000. This is one of the ways that if you're looking for off-market deals, Propstream is going to be super useful to you, because once I save this list, like if I was to select off this and go to add to list, again, I have a much longer tutorial on my channel of like what buttons and stuff to actually press. But once I put this on my list, I can come over here to the left to skip tracing, and I can get the contact information of those homeowners if I want their phone number or their email or both for very cheap per person. And then I can contact those people. If I'm cold calling them, Propstream also has another option where if we come down to campaigns over here on the left-hand side, you'll see that I can also create postcards or send email campaigns. And that's another way that if I wanted to contact those homeowners using Propstream, I could call them, email them, or even send them a postcard all from right here. So that's one way you can do it if you're looking at off-market properties. If you're like me and you're looking at on-market properties, let's just imagine that I'm looking in Phoenix, Arizona for an on-market deal. Well, I might do something rather than looking at vacant, out of state, et cetera, I would do something like looking at MLS, and maybe I'm looking at something that is on market, and I want to know that it's been on market for a minimum of, let's just call it 90 days. So I know for 3 months this property hasn't sold, and I want to say that the owners live out of state. So now I'm targeting a property that's on the market, hasn't sold in 3 months, and the owners live out of state. That could be some motivation for them to accept my cash offer. Now, obviously, I would get much more specific in looking at these properties and making sure that for some reason they were in distressed condition, et cetera, et cetera. But for the purpose of our example, let's just pick this first one. And what I love is that Propstream is showing me not only the MLS details. We can see that this property is actually under contract, so it's got a contingent sale on it, and that the listing price was $560,000. But I can also see up here that the mortgage value is around $390,000. And so if I was just going in to make an offer on this property, I would know that I needed to do at least a $394,000 offer. Or if my offer needs to come in less than that, then I might do something like creative financing, subject to seller financing, et cetera, et cetera. So it's really great that Propstream gives me this type of information, even for an on-market property. And of course, being important for on-market or off-market property is going to be running comps. And so you can come here to comparables and nearby listings. And I have another video on my channel breaking down how you can run comps on Propstream. But basically being able to see all of the filters that I want to use for my comps, the locations of my property, as well as the details about the properties I might be using for comps is another super beneficial piece of how Propstream is used. The last thing I want to show you guys is that when I come over to my properties, it's showing properties from lists that I've pulled, whether it be for cash buyers, failed properties that expired off the MLS or getting close to expiring, but also down here we have properties from the mobile app. And so Propstream has a really great Driving for Dollars app as well that is included in that $97 a month or the free 1-year subscription if you're the one who ends up getting it. But when I go driving for dollars and I put properties into the mobile app, they then show up here. Then I can skip trace them and get the phone number to cold call or email, or I can send a postcard, which is also really great. And finally, one more thing I want to show you guys is when we come over to campaigns, if you were to create a campaign, you can also create a website here on Propstream where if you want to do that for sending your deal to different cash buyers, they could come to the website and see what deals you have available. If you're interested in using Propstream in your business, definitely go ahead and check out the 7-day free trial, a link for you in my bio, and also enter into the giveaway for the 2 free annual subscriptions. Whether you already have Propstream or you're going to be getting it for the first time, you're eligible either way to get that free 1-year subscription. So definitely enter in and let's go check out the next tool that I use in my business. All right, the next tool that I use in my wholesaling business is Gmail. And it may sound pretty simple, but I like things that are free and simple and most of all get the job done. So the first thing is that I have a separate Gmail account for my real estate investing. So it's not mixed with all of my personal stuff, and I can just keep track of documents and contact information that particularly relates to the business. I encourage you to make it sound at least semi-professional and easy to spell so that when you're telling people, they don't accidentally, type something wrong and then you never get the email. The good thing about Gmail is that it also gives you access to Google Drive. And this is where I create what I call a property info packet to send out to my cash buyers when I have a new deal. Google Drive lets you create shareable links, so it allows me to share a link to a folder that has all the information, pictures, video walkthrough, everything that my cash buyers might need to determine if they want the deal. To stay within Google for this next tool, I also use a Google Voice phone number. It's a free app or service that Google provides, and having a local area code just makes it much more likely that whoever you're calling, whether it be a homeowner, a real estate agent, or a cash buyer, they're much more likely to answer your phone calls. It also separates my personal cell phone number from my real estate investing business. So as I hire on JVs or grow the business and bring more people in, I can pass off the Google Voice number to them and I don't have to worry about calls still coming to my personal number. If you're interested in virtual wholesaling, having this Google Voice number and being able to get an area code for the market that you're investing in is pretty much crucial because people do not answer random phone calls anyway, definitely not ones that are from out of state. Also, be sure to stay tuned for the last tool on this list because it's also super valuable for those who are virtually wholesaling. All right, fourth up, I use a free online tool called Notion. This online website is amazing. And not only do I organize my personal life there, but it's also where I keep track of all of my deals, all of my contact information, all of my documents, etc. And it's beautiful because it's free, it's not overly complicated, and I truly don't feel like I'm missing out on anything by not paying for an expensive CRM software. There are a ton of tutorials here on YouTube on how to use Notion and set it up how you would like it. I spent hours going through these tutorials to create my database, and what it does is it allows me to keep track of property information, agent or homeowner contact info, as well as lets me see my numbers like ARV and rehab at a glance, reminds me when I need to follow up on a deal if an offer wasn't accepted, as well as reminds me when I need to cancel a contract in case I don't find a cash buyer. If you want to use my Notion template, it's a bonus that I include for those who attend my 5-day beginners bootcamp. So reserve a spot if you're interested. The Notion template is something that I teach and that we use throughout the week as we do 5 Zoom calls with a small group to help them get their wholesaling business off the ground. Again, if you're interested in that, check the link in my description. It'll tell you the dates of the next bootcamp as well as if there are any spots remaining. Finally, the last tool I want to share with you guys is Google Street View, and I believe this is an overlooked tool. When you're analyzing a deal and running comps, it's very important that you're looking at similar properties in a similar area. When I first started, I would go drive by each and every property that I wanted to use as a comp and just verify that it was a similar style and the same-ish neighborhood boundaries and that it made sense to use as a comp. But when you start making upwards of 50 or 60 offers a month, it just becomes unrealistic to go drive by all of them, and you really need to be able to learn your market by just looking at a map and know what the neighborhood boundaries are and where you'll find good comps. Although the pictures on Google Street View aren't always completely up to date, they do give you a really good idea of what's going on, and it's almost like virtually driving for dollars. Now, if you're wholesaling in a market that you don't live in, Street View is one of the best tools that you can use to learn the market, and I would recommend that you start going up and down the streets and just getting a feel for how things are laid out. So don't forget to sign up for the free 2021 wholesaling kickoff event. I'm looking forward to meeting you guys on Zoom. That will also enter you into the giveaway for one of the 2 free annual memberships for Propstream. And also tag me in your Instagram story and let me know you watched this video. If you would like an extra entry, you can find me at Lili Invest on Instagram. I hope these tools help your business as much as they've helped mine. I post here 3 times a week, so turn on your notifications and I'll catch you on the next one.